Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 8 deadline stream with me, Holly Shand. Hopefully you can hear me okay. My mic looks like it's going a bit mad at the moment, but hopefully everything is working fine. I feel a little bit stressed this morning because I haven't made my transfers yet. I've got 2 free transfers. Still not absolutely sure what to do, but getting clearer on that decision. So there's lots to go through today, as always. We've got 1 hour and 12 minutes before the deadline. So I've got live a little bit earlier than I thought I may. So hopefully you're all seeing me, hearing me and all of that. Lots of big decisions to make in terms of my transfers. I'm sure you've got lots of questions as well. So do come say hello in the chat. Let me know what moves you're looking at making this week, what you want to do in terms of your transfers. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. I feel like I'm in a weird position today, but hopefully we'll be okay. Remember to like the stream and subscribe to the channel as well, because all of your support really does help the channel to grow. We hit 27,000 subscribers yesterday, which was brilliant. So if I put my team on screen to start with. So as I said, I've not made my transfers yet. I think I've made peace with the fact that I am probably going to sell Saka this week because tough fixture this week, not guaranteed to play. He's still got to get through training. Even if he does get through training, he's not guaranteed to start or to play anywhere close to 90. I think these issues, the injury issues, are just going to rumble on for him because he's been playing through injury all season. And while he's getting flogged and not having a proper break with trickier fixtures, I think you can get away with selling him. So I haven't made my transfers yet, but I am looking at Saka and Estupiñán out. And I'm going to bring in Son and Burn. I could afford Share, but I feel like the money down the way will help give that little bit more flexibility. This is very close, by the way, to my recommended transfers over on Fantasy Football Hub as well. And you can get your recommended transfers as well using the link that's in the video or in the chat. Sorry, I'm helping out with the Hub AI team this season, so I'm always flicking between team IDs, which doesn't help when I'm experimenting with things. But I think the fact that the AI is giving me similar transfers is definitely kind of giving me that encouragement. I'm hoping that DRB will be available. If not, I have got options from the bench as well. But I think the fact that the AI transfers are so close to my planned moves. You look at Son, is predicted to outscore Saka in 4 of the next 5 game weeks. I just can't get them both in together at the moment, but hopefully I'll be able to rearrange these funds in a few weeks and be in a better place with that. So if we jump over, I'll put my... and remind me to make my transfers as well, by the way, guys. But if I jump over to this screen, you can see my team, and I've got that little bit of injury news that we know already, that Saka is in contention. DRB has got to train today, but he's not 100%, but he could start. Botman is out, Estupiñán out for a month. That's why I'm selling Estupiñán first over Botman. I can see lots of you saying hello in the chat. Good to see so many of you in. Lots of you here early, which is brilliant as well. So Akshat was in early, is modding today. Quite a few people on Wildcard. Ethan is in as well. Mohammed. I think Wildcard is absolutely fine this week if your team needs it. Harley is in, as is Chloe, Mr. Blanky, Rasta, Emzak, Zuba says Holly is in. Yeah, I do try and get here early. Take my daughter to football first thing and then try and get back and live as soon as I can. Light Rays, Sudjes, Matthew. Keep dropping your questions in. I'll try and answer as many as I can on stream. I feel like, again, on this screen, I'm in a bit of a weird position. I think maybe I just need... Sorry. I'm just going to tilt my camera. I think that's the problem. Is that better? I'm a bit big now. I'll get there. There we go. It looked like I was looking a bit weird. Raunak said, been waiting for the best FPL YouTuber. Akshat says, give the stream a like. He's doing all the hard work for me. So yeah, I've got the tweet deck open. So if any team leaks come in, I'm going to be across it, and I will update that little breaking news screen because I know that definitely helped a lot of you last week in terms of making your arrangements. But at the moment, it's looking pretty clear. Interested to know your thoughts on captaincy as well, so I will put a poll live. I think I'm still going to stick with Haaland, you know, but I will ask, who is your captain? And we've got Haaland against Arsenal. We've got Son, who I haven't brought in yet, but should do, against Luton. The early kickoff, by the way, is Luton v Spurs, so we should get some team leaks. Quite a lot of love for Salah this week as well, so I'll get the poll live, and I'll just jump to the member questions first. Remember, any channel members do get priority responses to questions on the stream. Chloe is in. Akshat says, please don't spam the chat. Holly will answer questions. Chloe is on Wildcard. Team at the moment, Turner, Burn, Cash, Udoji, Ward-Prowse, Diaby, Salah, Maddison, Son, Haaland, Watkins, Areola, Arch, Taylor, Lamptey bench. That looks solid. I think that's a good team. I think Turner, Areola has to be the way on Wildcard to fit in Salah, Maddison, Son, Haaland and Watkins. It's the only way you can do it. But yeah, I like that team. Really, really solid, that one. Manchester said, wildcarded game week 7. Should I keep Diaby or use one free transfer and get Maddison? I mean, Diaby looks like a great long-term hold, but if you don't own Maddison, then I think that decision is quite an easy one. I think I'd make the move with one free transfer. I think beyond that, if you already have Maddison and you've got Diaby, hold on to him. I think he should play some part this week. I think the comments were pretty positive. Ethan's captain Sterling, bold move as always. Asher says, who to swap for Mbomo and Rashford? Midfielders to own right now, Son, Maddison, Bowen, all in there. So Son and Maddison or Son and Bowen is probably a good matchup. Vahib is coming from India. Nice, thank you for joining. Harley says, who would you captain? Son, Salah, Watkins or Maddison? Son or Salah for me. It's difficult. Son, we know, is playing with a little bit of an injury. Salah should play 90 against a tired Brighton side. I think I personally just prefer Salah. But to be honest, my armband could end up somewhere completely different in the next hour, I will be honest. Mr. Blanky says start Valdiol or Colwell and Johnston or Turner. I think I'd start Johnston. And yeah, Colwell probably. Emzak says Gay or Mitchell. Probably Gay. Lorenz is on a free hit and says Solanke or Kuna. To go Solanke, I think. It's still quite early for team news, let's say. Yago, start Gabriel or Colwell? Colwell. Abu is saying play Archer or Morris. I think I'd play Morris. He's on pens. Home game, I think you've got to back him. He's got a pretty good record at home, hasn't he? He's the 4th highest returning forward already. 1 goal and 1 assist at home this season in 3 games. So yeah, I think I'd go Morris of those two. We know he's on pens. Ethan says 27k win. Yeah, thank you. It was really, really pleased to hit that target last week and hoping just to keep growing the channel from here. But yeah, everything that you can do to support the channel by liking the stream, commenting, it really does help. So keep it coming, guys. Abu says play Archer. Oh no, I've done that one, sorry. Bartos says better have Diaby and defender to rotate or Bowen and 2 4 million defenders. I think Bowen and 2 4 million defenders is absolutely fine. Tiger Guna, Neto or Diaby? That's really tough. probably it's just the availability of Diaby, isn't it? If you can afford to bench Diaby this week, you've got a decent first sub, I'd say Diaby, but if not, Neto. Try and only ask these questions more than once, else you will be putting time out if you keep spamming, because, you know, I'm trying to get through everyone's questions this week, and there are a lot of them. So I need you to be patient. We need to get the stream up to 100 likes as well. There's 200 of you watching. We're only on 80 likes at the moment, so keep hitting that like button. Matthew has asked, Solanke, Gakpo or Jackson? I would go with Solanke. Gakpo's got a little bit of an injury. Jackson, I think Broya will start. Bavash says, is Watkins essential on Wildcard? Not essential exactly. I think the problem, though, is with Diaby injured, it's very difficult to know how to get into that Aston Villa attack, and Watkins is the safest route into that very good attack with very good fixtures right now. Zehob is confused with Estupiñán, and get him gone. He's out for a month. In terms of people you can bring in, Palace defenders, Spurs defenders, Villa defenders. Cash probably number one if you don't have him already. Newcastle defenders, I'm bringing in Burn this week. CSL Falcon says, why not Son? Luton is easy goals. Yeah, I think the thing is with Son is, you know, Luton will be difficult to break down with that low block at home. They will need an early goal. Let's have a look at the team news that we've got already. We had something from the Daily Mail that said Saka is cleared to play against City. I think that's just interpreting Arteta's press conference, though. He has to get through training today. Diaby and Kamara are going to work with the team tomorrow, was what we heard from Emery yesterday. They could be playing, but it's not 100%. They're also without Moreno and Ramsey. Arteta in contention is what we've got. The Spurs journalist, which is what I wanted to look at, Paul O'Keefe, said, good news that Maddison and Son are available. Need to avoid taking Luton lightly. I think the thing with the Son captaincy for me is, because I've got Son and Maddison in my team, I feel like that's kind of differential enough. I think I do prefer Salah and Haaland, but I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to go with yet. It's going to go right down to the wire. We've hit 100 likes on the stream, though, which is sensational. And I saw that Ethan said in the chat that we're now at 27.1k subscribers, which is also brilliant. So thank you so much for all the support, guys. It really does help the channel. This is my goal for this season. It's like number one priority is growing the channel. So, you know, keep supporting me in that. And I've seen a few people say they like the thumbnail as well. Been experimenting with different ones in the last week, and, you know, it's going well. Eze out for 6 weeks with Palace, a big loss. Edouard should be back. Partey is back for Arsenal as well. Reguilon out for United. Anthony could start. We know that Maddison's trained all week. Son's trained the last couple of times as well. Solomon out for Spurs, as is Brennan Johnson. Chilwell out for a couple of months potentially. Stones is out for City. Rodri still suspended. Reece James is back for Chelsea but banned for this game. Botman is out for Newcastle. Gordon suspended. Callum Wilson a late fitness test. Estupiñán out for a month. Mudryk and Caicedo in the squad for Chelsea, and Chukwuemeka potentially from the start. Thiago out for Liverpool, as is Gakpo. That's all the team news. What I did want to check was Emma Jump the Wave on Twitter does predicted lineup. So let me know in the chat if there's any particular predictions you'd like to see. Interestingly, Chelsea journos are going with Jackson to start. Liverpool front three expected to be Diaz, Darwin, Salah. Trent not expected to be in from the off, interestingly. Lamptey a bit of a risk. Man City predicted lineup, always a good one to look at. Edison, Ruben, Guardiola, Kanji, Walker, Silva, Kovacic, Foden, Haaland, Alvarez, and possibly Grealish could be the 11. Interestingly, 92% think that Saka will start for Arsenal. I'll bookmark that one. That's quite a big one. I think they're the main ones. Newcastle, Lascelles expected to be in for Botman this week. Bit of a mixed bag elsewhere. David says, how do we become a member of the channel? If you go to my YouTube channel, I think, can you do it on stream? This is going to be, this join button here. Let me go on the big screen. Where you see that join button, there you can join as a channel member. So budget pick, just $1.99 a month. You get the loyalty badges, you get the custom emojis, and you get priority replies to comments. So if you are interested in becoming a channel member, that's how you do it, David. Obviously, any support you can give to the channel is hugely appreciated. Let me get rid of that tab, else I feel like we're going to be going around in circles if we have that up. I think that's it in terms of news. I'm going to pop over to the tweet deck to see if we've got anything coming through. 1 hour to the deadline from official FPL. But I think other than that, we are as we were in terms of news. I still need to remember to make my transfers. Still feeling a little bit stressed about it, but I think I will stick with the plan. It's such a difficult week. I would have loved to hold on to Saka. I could have, earlier in the week, I could have gone Estupiñán and Bomo or Diaby out for Son. But, information was key. And I'm not 100% on Saka at the moment. Yeah, we're all clear in terms of early leaks at the moment, but I would expect to at least get news from the Spurs game. Let me put my team back on screen as well, because I can see a few of you asking for that. Nearly 300 of you in. Let's try and get the stream to 200 likes as well. And just double checking all my other tabs that there's no leaks anywhere. But yeah, we're clear at the moment. 300 of you watching, thank you. I haven't made my transfers yet, but the plan is Saka out for Son and Estupiñán out for Burn. Let me demonstrate this. Is that going to update? Yeah, so Son in for Saka. And then it's going to be Dan Burn in for Estupiñán, who will start over Burke. I think it's going to be Captain Haaland, Salah Vice. Could be the other way round. Interestingly, on the poll, 60% going Son, 28% Salah, 12% Haaland. The overall captaincy will be different to that, by the way. You got to remember, we, as content creators and people following content creators, we are in a little bit of a bubble. So that's just something to be aware of. Right, I don't think I've missed any member questions. So I'm going to go back in with some other questions. If you want to get your AI recommended transfers, the link to Fantasy Football Hub is pinned, 30% off memberships. We don't have any firm news on Saka. Saka is in contention. He needs to get through training today. Most believe that he will be involved. Matthew has asked Solanke, Gakpo or Jackson. I'm sure I've done that one already. Gakpo is out. 30-second cooldown in comments, just so that I can keep up with the chat and answer as many questions as possible. Tiger Goonie says Diaby on it. I'm sure I've answered this one as well. Sir Cab says Solanke or Awonyi. I think I go Solanke. Mohammed said, is it worth a -8 or a -4 to get Son? Probably a -4. I wouldn't do the -8. King Mambo is captaining Richarlison this week. That is a bold move. Sabin wants to know what to do with Botman. Got you Doji, Cash and Burn. I think if you're playing a back three, you can afford to bench Botman. We are expecting him back after the international break. Abnav says Diaby and Ward-Prowse or Neto and Bowen. Probably Neto and Bowen. Hacksfad is on Wildcard this week. Let me know as well. I'll do a poll as well. Are you on Wildcard? Because if there's a lot of you, then I can obviously tailor the content for that as well. Definitely lost my place in the chat though now. Is it worth taking a -8 to cover my injured players? It depends if they're out or not. Saka and Diaby, if you've got both, you probably need a decent first sub. If you haven't, then yeah, maybe. Sullivan, start Archer or Botman to burn and play 4-4-2. Botman to burn feels like a short-term move. Is there any... I'm interested to see what other players you've got on your bench, Sullivan, and whether you can improve them and hold on to Botman for next week. You see, I bench Botman and I've brought in Burn for a Stupinan. Or I am going to do. Yeah, some people saying Wildcard will be better over the break. It gives you longer to tinker with your team and accumulate team value. But I wouldn't just think I can't play my Wildcard this week because it's the international break next week. I don't think that's an issue at all. Anderson's good pick. Good fixtures. Gameston says, would you start on Bomo or Joao Pedro? And Bomo. Light Rays likes the breaking news. Yeah, hopefully I can add some more stuff on that. I'm starting Diaby this week. Abby chasing differentials with Hoyland. Good luck. Any duplicate questions that I see, I'm just going to put in timeout because it's just confusing me. Dyer says, who to play, Onana or Areola? Probably Areola. Maddison captain from Suddies. Don't mind that at all. Patrick says Robertson over Trippier. I think that's overthinking it. If we look at predicted points for defenders, let's look over the next 4 game weeks. This is available for Hub members as well with 30% off at the moment. Yeah, so if we look at defenders over the next 4 game weeks, Trent is top, Trippier second, Robertson third. I think Trippier is just a superior pick right now. He's playing in a far better defence, and in terms of attacking threat, he's well up there. Sullivan says, start Archer or use one free transfer. Ugh, I've done that one again. Please don't ask questions multiple times. I will get to them. Mohammed says, I've got Maddison. Is it worth a -4 or -8 to get to Son? Probably not, no. Mohammed's asking for a good player from Fulham. Don't know. Do Fulham do good players for fantasy assets? I think Leno's probably their predicted top scorer, which says it all. I know Willian is above him, just. I'd avoid, if I'm honest. 320 of you in. Let's try and get the like tally up to 200. Shamal has got no Salah, Captain Son, that's fine. News about Diaby and Saka should be on your screen. Ranuk says Luis Diaz, Ward-Prowse and Neto, or Diaby, Bowen, Anderson. Diaby, Bowen, Anderson. I think Hoyland and Alanga will play. Hoyland will play Bickervilly. I wouldn't be investing in Enzo. Hoyland. Daniel looking between Brozier and Edouard as third forward. I don't love either. I think Brozier will share minutes with Jackson. Edouard just coming back from injury. I think Eze is a huge miss. I would find another route. Interestingly, 60% are not playing the wild card. 40% are. Asking for updates on Sterling. I think it was just illness, wasn't it, last week? Let's have a look at the see if I can find Chelsea predicted. Here we go. 46% think Sterling will start. So I think Sterling's probably got to go. Member question in from Nelson. Hopefully I've not missed any others. I don't have a decent first sub. Is -4 to bring in Neto and Calvert-Lewin for Morris and Diaby worth it? No, I wouldn't say so. I don't trust Calvert-Lewin. He'll be injured again before we know it. Let's have a look on the tweet deck then. 47 minutes to the deadline. See if anything is happening. It's looking quite clear at the moment on the tweet deck. Can't see anything of any significance. David has joined as a channel member. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. If you've got any questions coming up for this week, drop them in the chat because you will get priority answers. The Myth says, are you comfortable with Villa's defence? Are you relying on just output? Moreno might be back. I think Moreno will share minutes with... let me do this for you. Moreno will share minutes with Dean, not Diaby. Not Cash, sorry. That's my thinking on that. I'm not concerned on that one. Sorry, just having a double check of anything else that I've got open. Hasn't got any leaks because I am in a few WhatsApp groups and things like that. Wilson will start. I don't know. It's a late call. I honestly couldn't say. I think if you got him with the fixtures, I think you'd probably hold on to him because he'll be back after the break. He's in the England squad, so it's not like he's like mega injured. I wouldn't say Alvarez is a must-have, but if you've got him, you can be very happy holding him, Abby. Keep Romero or go for a sideways move. I'd keep Romero, Sharad. Son or Watkins? Son. Lewis asking who to captain. I've not decided who I'm captaining myself. I think I'm going to go Haaland. Salah's tempting though as well. A lot of contention with it being the early kickoff. I don't think that matters. David says Alvarez to start. That's the prediction. I don't think... Did I say the percentage? Can't see it now. There we go. From the City fans, 100%. Say that Alvarez will start. I can't see why not. Hope that helps you, Eddie. He's one of their most important players at the moment. Yeah, so what was the same with the fixture? So we've got Liverpool play tomorrow, early kickoff. Arsenal, Man City later. It'll be a long wait to see how Haaland gets on if you captain Son and he blanks. I'd captain Salah over Maddison. Is Trippier essential? No. I think if you're thinking, do I get Son or do I get Trippier, you get Son. KG on a wild card, Gabriel or Anderson? Anderson or Cash? Cash, I'd say. I think I'd captain Maddison over Watkins, but I think Salah, Haaland, Son is where you need to be. No idea if Diaby's starting or not. He's got a good chance, but it's not guaranteed. By the way, guys, no stream next week. International break, and game week 9 I'm on Sky, but game week 10 Friday deadline I'm going to be doing a charity stream, a 6-hour marathon stream. Quite excited for this one. It's going from the press conference into the deadline, so hopefully you can join me for that one. And also football content awards, it's not too late to cast your vote. So if you are enjoying my content this season, you can vote for me in the Football Content Awards using the link in the chat or in the description to this video. If you click the link, that'll take you to the Football Content Awards voting page, and you can skip to Best in Fantasy Football, and then it is a stacked group, but if you'd like to vote for me, you just have to agree to the T's and C's and votes. It's dead easy. So thank you for anyone that has voted for me on that one as well. Still waiting for some team leaks. We're not getting any at the moment. Kevin has said Nunes or Watkins. I would go Watkins of those two. Let's try and get the stream to 300 likes. We're at 178. We can at least get to 200. Yeah, it is at Anfield next month. Hans has said Ward-Prowse, Gabriel benched and Archie benched in 3-5-2, or Valwes, Chukwuemeka and Lamptey benched in 3-4-3. I think I prefer the 3-4-3, if I'm honest. I would probably start Matoma over Morris. Axchat says, thank you for getting to 27k. Many more to come. Yeah, I hope so. Big plans. Number one priority right now is growing the channel. Aaron says 40 minutes till Haaland is officially out. There's a few on the no Haaland train. Let me put it as a poll. Haaland in or out? I think this is the big one for wildcarders. Haaland in, Haaland out. I personally would not do it. Every time I set up a new poll, I get lost in the chat. We'll get back. There we go. I've already played my wild card. Saka for Son short term is a move I'm making this week. David has said, and Bomo or Ward-Prowse to start. Oh dear. And Bomo, I think. Lewis has said, what's your thoughts on a non-Haaland wildcard? Absolutely not. Shane says, Saka to Diaz for a hit? No, not worth it. Neto, yeah, don't mind him as a cheaper pick if it helps you to afford others. Yeah, if you can't afford Watkins, it's not the end of the world. Alvarez is fine. We don't know whether Diaby's going to start. I think I prefer him over Douglas Luiz if you've got a decent first sub for this week, though. Umar says Maddison or Salah for captain. Salah. Maddison would probably be my fourth pick on captaincy. If we just look at predicted points for this week, Haaland top from AI on 7.5, Son second 6.7, Salah third on 6, Fernandes fourth on 5.9, and Maddison fifth on 5.5. %29% at the moment. As over probably about 50 of you that are in right now that have voted are going without Haaland. Wild. I'm looking forward to having Haaland differential captain this week, I think. For 4 likes off 200. So keep them coming and keep subscribing to the channel if you don't already. I've not made my transfers yet. We've got 40 minutes. Arshad said, I thought this was BBC News. That was the look I was going for. Let's check over on the tweet deck, see what's going on. Very quiet. FPL Reports is reporting that Son and Kulusevski start. I don't know how good their record is. So maybe just wait till we get something else in. Joachim Anderson as a budget pick is okay. Don't mind that as well. You're on the budget pick as well on the membership. Let me just add to... We did get some leaks last week that weren't correct, so I am conscious not to be too bold on these. So I'm going to put Son and Kulu start, but I am going to put a question mark on there. because I don't quite know how good that leak is. But I want to share the news even if I'm not convinced on it. So this should update on your screens any second. It may go a bit weird for just a second. Sorry if it's not looking its best, but there we go. It's on there now. I think other than that, it's quiet at the moment. Just checking everything else. Yeah, we're clear. Some point I need to make the transfers. I'm going to give it a little bit longer though. I'll answer some more questions while we're waiting. Sorry, I've missed some more members' questions. I'll come back to them in just a second. Aaron says it's 4-4-2 with Newcastle defenders good. Yeah, it's fine. Diaby should be okay. Shamel says a Stupin and out for Burn. Yeah, that's a wise move. You don't get the second wildcard till game week 20. Yeah, Mark had said Alvarez or Andreas Pereira. Alvarez. Aaron thinks Arsenal are going to win 3-0. Nelson says Jimenez a differential. I'm not feeling it, if I'm honest. Thomas says, do I start Edison or Areola? Probably Edison. Lots fancying Salah captain. Proper says Maddison and Kabore v Diaz and Gabriel. Maddison and Kabore. Arkshot on wildcard. Bowen and Neto or Ward-Prowse and Diaby. I'd go Bowen and Neto. Darren asked, should I go Saka to Son or Maddison? I think Saka to Son is going to be the move that I make this week. Bavesh, wildcard bench, Areola, Tarkowski, Taylor, Chuck. Yeah, that's fine. Diaby or Ward-Prowse, I think... It's really hard. I think maybe Ward-Prowse. All we know on Diaby is that he's got to train today. He should be able to play, but it's not 100%. I'd go Areola over Flecken, FPL guy. I don't think I'd captain Watkins or Maddison. I'd prefer to just be Haaland. Archer or Ward-Prowse, I'd go Ward-Prowse. Chloe is between Son and Salah captain, but on Son. Yeah, it's a tricky week for captaincy. Herman, Diaby to Ward-Prowse. I don't think I'd transfer Diaby out because I think he's good long term. Just hopefully your bench can cover him if he doesn't play. Nicholas says Almiron, Ward-Prowse, Neto over Diaby for hear news. We're not going to hear news because they don't play till tomorrow. He's got to train today yet. I wouldn't sell Saka for a hit to Diaz, Shane. But I think I probably would just take the -4 to Son. I would start Martinez over Areola. Captain Maddison I don't love. I think it's okay. I don't love it. Let's have a look if we've got anything else. Looks like Porro starts, if we believe this leak from FPL reports. So we've got Son, Kulu and Porro start. So I'm just going to update that for you guys so that you can see that on screen if you just give me a second. Hopefully I managed not to break it. Should be coming up. Let's try and get to 250 likes in the meantime. It's not coming back on, is it? Hang on, how do I do this? Wait 1 second. It's not liking it. Let's swap to this view and swap back. Still not liking it. Hang on. I told you it'd probably break. Let's go with that. There we go. We got there eventually. I need to make my transfers soon. Simon, every week I'm on a paid wildcard. Yeah, you do like a hit. Messamy says, is Solanke or Ward-Prowse a better option? Ward-Prowse all the time. Andrew gone for Pereira 1 week on wildcard, then over to Gordon. I don't like booking in the transfers, to be fair. I think if you want Gordon, just get him and bench him this week. Yeah, no more leaks as things stand, guys. And keep an eye on it, though. 16 likes off 250. Proper says Maddison and Kabore for Gabriel and Diaz. Yeah, Maddison. Put my team back up. Bilal, I've got Sterling, Saka, no one on the bench. Should I replace Sterling or replace Botman? Replace Sterling. I think he's your weakest link at the moment. David on free hit. Who do I captain? I'm going Haaland. Salah and Son both fine as well. Mark says, is it worth having Broja instead of Archer just for this game week? No, I think that's just too short-term a move. Herman says Diaby toward Prowse. I wouldn't transfer out Diaby this week. Sudan, is Salah worth it or should I stick to Saka? Yeah, keep Salah. Sandeep says Diaby and Bomo or Neto, pick one. I want to say Diaby, but I think probably this week, maybe Neto. Nelson says, oh, sorry, we'll do Akshat first. Akshat says who to play, Flecken or Areola. I'm going Areola. Gone with the AI prediction. And Nelson says, how do you maximise price changes on a wild card? I think when just don't tinker with players you've got value in. So, for example, if you look on the prices on the website, if you go on the list view, you've got your purchase price, the current price, and the sell price. So if I was to take cash out while I'm tinkering on my wild card, when I bring him back in, I'd have to pay more for him. So that's one thing. And the other thing is to keep an eye on the price change websites. It tell you, they've got these on Hub. It tells you which players are going up in price or not. If a player goes up twice in a week, even if you don't get them, you can bank. So we knew that Son was going up this week, so you'd get Son in early in the week to take advantage of the price rises. And players that were dropping, like a Stupid and Burn, sell them so that you don't have to absorb those price drops. Hopefully, and I can go into it in more detail, but I don't want to spend too much time on it on this stream, because I know we've got pressing questions on, for the deadline. Elliot says, saw me on Sky yesterday. Oh, good. It's nice that the fantasy show, it's on Sky Sports and TNT Sports now, which is great on like a Friday evening. Laura says, Kulusevski for Saka, can't afford Son. I think if you're punting, I'd sooner punt on Richarlison. Stooping into Colwill, I don't love the move. I think there's better options. If we look at predicted points for defenders, up to 5.3 million over the next few weeks. We've got Villa defenders, Newcastle defenders, Porro, few City defenders as well, Burn, Konza, Pau. That's kind of the pool of players that I'd be choosing between. It's probably not like a real standout pick, but there's some good picks in there. Harron, should I start Watkins, Alvarez and Darwin up front and Trippier, Cash and Burn in defence? Yeah, sounds fine. Son over Haaland for captain, I don't hate it. I'm going Haaland though, I think. We've got 28 minutes to the deadline. I haven't made my moves yet. I need to. Probably going to make them in a minute, to be fair. Let's see what's going on the tweet deck. See if we've got any more leaks. Looks like a bit of news coming in from Spurs, which is the early kickoff. Going to have to give this a refresh. Doesn't seem to be updating unless it's just very quiet. Oh, just quiet by the looks of things. I mean, if I'm honest, I'm not like loving my transfers this week. But is what it is. Oh, it's really stressful FPL this week. Our captain Haaland, Son or Salah this week. A -4 not to play Kabore is probably worth it. Edsa says Bruno and Darwin or Diaz and Højlund. Bruno and Darwin, I think. I mean, bit more niche differential. Jay says, are we getting rid of a Stupinan and Saka? I think so. Make it sound like you're doing the same moves. Are you doing the same moves? Come on, let's get this stream to 250 likes. Doku captain, that sounds bold. Eze replacements. I mean, that categories has kind of got a bit sparse now, hasn't it? I mean, looking up to 6.5 is Ward-Prowse for me. If you've got a little bit more, I can't remember how much Bowen is. You know, and Matoma still beating Diaby and Bowen on predicted points. There's a few picks in there. I'm not convinced Sterling starts today. I feel like I need to make my transfer soon. Selling Saka though. I think I've got to do it. I'm not loving it, but I think I've got to do it. Estupinan's got to go because he's out for a while. And while I like Share, Burned being cheaper just swings it for me. And I feel like Son is pretty essential right now versus Saka, who's A, not on pens, B, is injured, and C, is getting flogged. Right. It's done. Saka's gone. The team looks pretty solid for this week now, though, I'd say. I think Captain Haaland. I could go Salah. Could go Son. But I think I'm going to go Captain Haaland. Scored home and away last season. Top for big chances. It's just... I just don't feel like Haaland's a big game player. It's my only reservation. I could go Son, I'm just not sure how many minutes he gets this week. Oh, I don't know on captaincy. Salah's going to play 90. He's on pens. He's against a makeshift left back. He's in form. It's more assists, though, with Salah. It's assists and pens you get with Salah. Haaland's the goal scorer. Son's the goal scorer. He's out of position. It's just minutes. It's like captaincy's just so difficult this week. Really is. I like the fact that Haaland's going to be a bit differential, though. I think that's going to be me. My gut says Captain Haaland. It's 400 of you in now, which is fantastic. We've got over the line to 250 likes. I think I'm locked in with this team. I'm still keeping an eye on various places for any team leaks. but it's just difficult. Let's see. We'll check on the tweet deck again. Nothing breaking coming through, to be fair. I am locked now, though. I'll put my team back on now that I'm locked. Hopefully, that's framed quite nicely. I'm going to plough on with a few more questions while we're waiting for any more leaks on the tweet deck. Troy says, Areola I can't even say his name, the Chelsea fullback. Neto and Romero on the bench. Worth a bench boost. Could be. I think, yeah, probably would go with a bench boost on that. As long as you've not got any players flagged in your 11, I'd say get it done. Corey says -4, I'll play Kabore. I think I'd take the hit. I don't even think Kabore will start because he plays higher up, doesn't he? Gavin says who should start, Archer, Pau Torres or Ward-Prowse? Ward-Prowse. Between Pope and Turner goalkeepers, I'd go Pope. Don't think I've missed any members' questions. I'm starting Areola over Flecken. Which team likely to keep a clean sheet? Let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. It's not a great week, I don't think, in terms of clean sheet potential, given the fixtures. I think Fulham top, Spurs second, Chelsea third. It's a clean sheet probabilities. I have posted a tweet for the deadline stream on Twitter, by the way. If you can give that a retweet right now, that'd be fab. Hopefully we'll get a boost of numbers in the last 20 minutes. And obviously, if you like the stream as well, if we can get it to 300 likes, then that's going to help as well. No more team leaks as things stand. See what's going on the tweet deck. Nope, nothing at all. So I'll put my team back on screen for a bit longer. Aldrin, I'd say the first of the two options. Rohit, I would go with I don't love Diaz, but probably Højlund and Diaz. Elliot says Diaby. We don't know. He's got to get through training today. The game's tomorrow. Just the news isn't going to be there, I'm afraid. Sandeep says Diaby or Bowen. Diaby or Mbomo. Probably Mbomo. Joe, Trent or Nunes? I think Nunes is more likely to get the minutes this week, if I'm honest. Varunj said, should I use a wild card? If your team needs it, if you've got at least 5 changes you want to make, get it done. You're running out of time, though. 77% on wildcard, Team Haaland still. 22% tempted to sell. Omar, Wissa or Mbomo? Got to be Mbomo. Sheriff at -4 to go from Rashford to Son. I think I'd do that. Laura, Kulusevski for Saka for a -4. I've already got Maddison. Prefer Richarlison. Yeah, Jellyman, take a -4 or play Matoma v Liverpool. I'll just play Matoma. I think that's fine. Just another quick check. We've got no leaks. Let's have a look on the tweet deck. Yeah, it's all quiet still. Still getting through these questions. Aaron's going Captain Almiron. That is bold. Andre says, is it moronic to play 4 at the back with Trippier, Burn, Cashew, Doji? No, that's fine. Diaby, we don't know yet. We don't know. He's got a good chance. I wouldn't sell him if I owned him. I don't know if I'd go with him on wildcard, though. Jelwe says, Son or Salah for captaincy? I prefer Salah just for minutes, but I'm going Haaland. Shane has said, sell Saka for a hit to Diaz. No, wouldn't do that. Start Matoma over Morris? Yeah. Glyn says, I've got Edison and Areola. Is it worth a goalkeeper transfer? No, just roll. Fintax, I have Longstaff in midfield, 5.1 million. Can you recommend which midfielder I can get under 5 million? It's not a great amount of choice. I think what you've got is okay. I'd stick with how you are. That's what I'd do. Let's have a look for any leaks. We've got 17 minutes till the deadline, so if the leaks are going to come, they're going to come through soon. Richarlison starts seems to be the report as well. That is interesting for anyone wanting to take a punt. Son, Richarlison, Kulu and Porro all to start for Spurs. I'm just going to update the graphics so that you've got that on your screen. Hopefully it will update nicely for me this time. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Computer. Yeah, Richarlison, Son, Kulusevski and Porro all start. So if you were debating on captain Son or not, I think, you know, that's pretty promising. I'm wavering now. I am wavering a little bit. That's the leak, though, if you wanted it. Just check I've not missed any members' questions. Still going through these. Bringing you the information as it drops. Sujan says play 2 of Neto, Diaby and Edouard. I think I'd bench Diaby out of those if that's the situation you're facing. Joe Clark says Trent or Nunes in, no Haaland on Wildcard. Nunes, but I don't love it. Anyone that's doing duplicate questions is going to get put in timeout, guys. So please be patient. I am going Son over Haaland. Sorry, I'm going Haaland over Son for captaincy. We'll see. I know there's some people going no Haaland, but that's not for me. I think I'm pretty happy with my side, though. I think I'm pleased with where it's at. I'm happy with the transfers. We're getting there. What do you think? Let me know in the chat what you're thinking. And let me put my team back on screen. Just got one message I need to reply to. So if you just give me 2 secs. Right, so I think we're getting there now. I don't think we can expect too many other leaks. I think the leak that we've got is solid. But yeah, in terms of other leaks, it's going to be a bit sparse because, you know, a lot of the players, you know, Saka, Diaby, that we're wanting news on, they don't play until tomorrow. But we're getting there. My team is confirmed now. Unless I change the captaincy, I don't think I will. Rookpel says, should I sell Sterling or Rashford to get Maddison in for a -4? Yeah, I think I'd probably lose Sterling. JWP or Almiron, I'd go or Prowse. Team's confirmed now. We're up to 300 likes as well, which is brilliant, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to cast your vote in the Football Content Awards. The link to do that is pinned as well. I think voting closes pretty soon, so yeah. I don't think we could have really expected to get any other leaks today other than what we've got already. I think that's probably going to be it in terms of the leaks. So it's just those last-minute dilemmas now. We'll keep an eye on the tweet deck a little bit. But yeah, we've got that leak from Spurs, which was a big one. Interesting game week, that's for sure. I think it's quite exciting that so many people are going in different directions. I don't think that's a bad thing. I wouldn't take Saka out for a hit unless I was buying a Spurs midfielder this week. Son Maddison. Yeah, not long now. We've got 12 minutes to the deadline. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my team on screen so that you guys can see it. But I am also then going to have the tweet deck open in another tab. So then if anything else comes through, we've got it covered. But obviously you guys probably want to see my team more than anything else. So that's why that's on the screen. But I have got the tweet deck open. So if anything else was to come through, then don't worry, I am going to have it covered. We've got a super chat in from Anup. Thank you so much. Probably the best way of getting your question answered now because we are running out of time. Thoughts on Ferguson? Will he start? And Lamptey? Let me just check what we had from Jump the Wave. In terms of predicted lineups from Brighton. Oh no, here we go. Ferguson highly likely to start. Lamptey less so. Because he played a lot of minutes in the cup. Yeah, Lamptey at 53%. Igor at 32%. João Pedro at 86%. Ferguson at 91%. Hope that helps. I'll put my team back on screen. As I said, I've still got the tweet deck open. My biggest piece of advice, though, is to keep Haaland. I'm very happy to have him as my captain this week. Yeah, I'm going to do my best to answer as many questions as I can in this last 10 minutes. Ice G, who's got the best chance of a clean sheet? Arsenal or Liverpool? Got to be Liverpool. I don't think I've got the... I've not got the odds at the moment, though. Yeah, Haaland loves a goal against Arsenal. Another super chat from Mohammed, or is that a super thanks? I can't see a question though, Mohammed. So, if you've got one, leave it in the chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm across everything. I think we're okay in terms of leaks and things like that. I have got the tweet deck open on another tab in case we get anything through. Haaland for Watkins? No, don't do it. And Bomo hold on Wildcard is a difficult one. There's not a stacked price category with Diaby knock. So yeah, maybe just keep him. I don't think he's essential though. Have we got a question from Mohammed? I'll keep an eye on it. Mods, if you can shout me if it comes through. Sujan, play 2 of Neto, Diaby and Edouard. Pretty sure I've done that one already. Darwin, I don't mind a punt on, but I wouldn't be taking a hit to bring him in or anything like that. Adath, Saka or Mbomo? That's probably Saka. I wouldn't bench Saka. I'd probably bench Edouard. Almiron thinks fine. Yes, 6 hour Zuba. You heard it here. 6 hour live stream coming up in 3 weeks' time from the press conference stream all the way through to the deadline. That's game week 10. No stream game week 9 because I'm on Sky Sports. So this is your last stream for a few weeks. No news on Sterling. A lot of people are even asking on Twitter for news on Sterling. Stephen says Højlund or Alvarez. Alvarez. Darwin, I think, is okay as a punt. I think he should get minutes in the next few weeks, put it that way. The question from Mohammed, I nearly missed this. Thank you, Simon, for highlighting it. Saka or Rashford for Son? Oh, gosh. Probably Rashford. I think Rashford's the easiest route, if I'm honest. It's a tight call, though. Andrew says, Anderson or Gabriel as last defender on a wild card? Don't mind Gabriel, actually, but it's quite expensive. So I think if you can go cheaper, that's fine. And if you've got to play him this week, then probably Anderson. And Bomo or Saka, got to be Saka. Prioritise Son or Salah in the squad. I think I would prioritise Son right now. The Spurs team leak is on screen. Son, Richarlison, Kulo and Porro all start. Super chat from Braddon, thank you. Diaby or Ward-Prowse on Wildcard? I think I would go Ward-Prowse. And then hopefully if Diaby's fit the next game, you can make the switch. But obviously for anyone that's got Diaby in their squad, just keep him. That's the advice, just keep him. No other leaks. I've got the tweet deck open on another tab. Udoji starts is the next leak that we've got. So I'm just going to update the graphic. We're drip feeding them to us today. The graphic may just disappear for a second, but it will be... Oh, try again, but it will be back. So Son, Richarlison, Udoji, Kulo and Porro all start for Spurs today. My team is locked. I've brought in Son for Saka. I've brought in Burn for Estupinan. And I'm sticking with Captain Haaland for my sins. If you want to vote for me in a Football Content Awards, it's pinned, the link. Marcus said Alvarez or Pereira. I think I've done that one, haven't I? Almiron's fine. Super chat from Simon as well. I want to captain Son and Salah. Gut says Salah. Yeah, I think for me, I'd put Salah over Son. In terms of the predicted points, hang on, let me just give this a refresh because this is going to be the quickest way of resetting this now. In terms of the predicted points, it is Son over Salah, but I don't know if Son's going to get close to that 78 minutes. We know that Son starts, though, which is good. It's one good thing. Haaland for me, though. I don't know if we're going to get anything else now. 4 minutes to deadline. So now is definitely the time to lock in, guys. 4 minutes. This has flown by today. No more leaks by the looks of things either. I've got everything open, but yeah, no more leaks as things stand. I'd start Alisson over Raya. I'd start Turner over Onana. I'd start Areola over Fleckend. James says Haaland hat-trick today would be sweet. He plays tomorrow, but yeah, I'd love it. I feel like I'm going to regret captaining Haaland. I'm less tempted with Son just because of minutes. Salah, though. I think I'm going to stick with Haaland. It's too late to change. I don't like making changes like really, really late in the day. So it's going to be Haaland captain for me. Tom in China says Taylor or Lamptey on the bench. Lamptey. I don't think I'm not sure he starts. Who would I prefer as goalkeeper, Edison or Areola Edison? I wouldn't bring Kulu in for Saka for a -4. Ranik says, is Watkins 8.1 actually worth it? In a purple patch, yeah, with those fixtures. If you can get to him easily. If you've got to make sacrifices elsewhere, it just depends on how your team's set up. Yeah, Richarlison, Son, Kulusevski all start. I think we're okay. Right, we're on the countdown, less than 2 minutes to go. So if you haven't made moves yet, make them now. Is my team locked? Have I captained in Haaland? I think I am. Oh dear, it's really difficult. Deadline is coming. I feel stressed. One minute. Femi, good to see you. I would bench Diaby. Isaac, I would go Ward-Prowse. No pub. Got two little kids to entertain after this one. My own, by the way. I'm on Haaland captain. It's too late for me now. Haaland captain is the way it's going. I quite like the fact he's differential. I'm probably going to regret it, aren't I? At least I've got the hope until 4:30 when he blanks. I'm already regretting it. It's just so difficult this week. Right, 11 o'clock. Deadline is gone, guys. Deadline is gone. I've committed with Haaland captain. How's everyone feeling now the deadline's been and gone? What do we think? I think I'm happy with my moves. I'm not... It'll be interesting to see where everyone ended up. Could be quite a defining week with captaincy, couldn't it? It was a really difficult call for a lot of managers this week. Really, really difficult. But I think my team's well set up now for the next few games. I've only got one free transfer coming off the international break, so I am going to be in a situation where I need the international break to be fine. I have got a stronger bench, though. So we'll see what happens with that. But, it's not too bad a week. We're getting there with things, aren't we? Good luck to everyone, by the way. Particularly those that went with Haaland captain. It's just making those decisions each week is really, really difficult. Particularly this week. It was nice that we've got a little bit more flexibility. I'm going to be gutted if Salah scores a hat-trick and I bottled giving him the armband. It's just so many big decisions that we had to make this week. Had to commit somewhere along the line. But I'm happy with how the team looks. Remember then, we've got that charity stream coming up in three weeks' time, just under 3 weeks' time. No deadline stream next for Game Week 9 into international break next week, so no streams. No streams the week after because I'm away and I'm on Sky when it's the deadline stream. Game Week 10, I'll be back with this marathon 6-hour charity stream taking you from the press conferences to the deadline. All proceeds from memberships, super chats, super thanks for that one will be going to Cancer Research UK charity very close to me. And it's not too late as well to vote for me in the Football Content Awards. I think this is still pinned in the chat. If you click on the link, that will take you to the website to vote. It's the last time I'm going to plug this, so don't worry. There's loads of categories that you can vote in, but obviously best in fantasy football in the drop-down box will take you to the right place, and then you can click on me in the drop-down box for video. You don't need to put any personal details in, just agree to the T's and C's and vote, and that will cast your vote. So I'd be really appreciative of anyone that does that. The support this week has been phenomenal once again on the stream. So thank you so much for everyone that has got involved. We've hit 27,000 subscribers, which is a massive achievement. So thank you so much for that as well. We're actually at 27. We're closing in on 27.2 now, to be fair. Going to be a bit patchy with content in the next couple of weeks with the international break and going away. But yeah, all your support really is appreciated. So thank you again for joining me this morning. Hope you have a great game week as well. Be back very soon.